Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. On behalf of the University of Strathclyde, I welcome you all here to the Barony Hall. The Barony Hall is one of many buildings on the University of Strathclyde campus, but it's a very distinctive one. It's unlike our other buildings, which are state-of-the-art, high-tech buildings where we carry out most of our leading research. But it's a building, I think, that links the past to the present. It's a beautiful building that the university took ownership of. It was previously a church, and so you can see the Gothic windows and the stained glass windows all around here, and it's really a great example of Gothic architecture in the west of Scotland. It's really fantastic. This is a very special day. It's a joyous day for all of us here, for our graduands, those of you who have gone through a very difficult time to get here, but also for the family and friends and loved ones who are joining you at this event. Now on to today's ceremony. In a few moments, you as graduands will come up onto the stage and you'll be capped by me using this here, which has been used for many, many years. And we cap you, but it's a rite of passage. It's a symbol. It's a symbol that you are leaving your life as a student, as a graduand, and once you're capped, you then become a graduate. You then start a new journey on your life, and you leave Strathclyde as a student, but you then become an alumnus or an alumna of the university and become one of nearly 200,000 alumni around the world. And I'll talk a little bit about that later. And so it's a special day, and I think that when I consider these ceremonies, my daughter graduated last year, and it's actually like a wedding. It only happens once a year. It only happens, you think, well, okay, you'll do it, and maybe you'll graduate again. You might do a master's or a PhD or whatever. But for most of us, we only have this one chance to graduate. And so look on it as this special event. Savor it. And also for those of you who have joined us today, treat this as if it's like that special event, and don't hesitate to celebrate when the person you're with comes up to graduate, within reason, of course. But please, enjoy yourself, make it memorable. So, without further ado, I now declare today's congregation for the conferment of degrees open, and I'll now ask Professor Susan Howick, Vice Dean of the Business School, to present our graduands.
Executive Dean, in the name of the University and by the authority of Senate, I present to you these students. For the degree of Master in International Business with a Modern Language, Morna Rose Bell. Ellie Hannah Cook. Georgia May Craigwood. Daniel Culbert. Robert Andrew Davidson. Rachel Carrig Devine. Hannah Dixon. Katie Ann Donaldson. Hannah Dunlop. Leo Paul Thomas Fagan. Yasmin Gibson. Kira Gray. Jennifer Louise Hillis. Rebecca Holmes. Hannah Catherine Husson. Rocco Innes. Shivani Kirpal. Freya Valier Lindsay. Sophie Louise Lau. Andrew Allen McInnes. Jack McDowell. Molly Catherine McFarlane. Kirsty Armstrong McGregor. Emma Mackay. Rhiannon McNulty. Nicole Park. Chloe Suzanne Pearson. Charlotte Poe. Marika Julita Pachala. Sophie Jane Riley. Corey Louise Richardson. Billy John Robertson. Gillian Sinclair. Yanette Stephen. Isabel Stewart. Ailey Patricia Ann Thompson. Chloe Wallace. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Accounting and Business Law, Abdella Yasser Hamraris Azug. In Business Enterprise, Esme Irving. In Business Enterprise and Finance, James Cameron McCartney. Ben Patterson. Ana Mercedes Rivera Castillo. In Business Enterprise and Marketing, India Alexander. In Business Enterprise and Marketing with International Study, Gregory Ian Willis Layden. In Business Analysis and Technology, Edith Grashi Edward. Cameron Gallagher. Charlotte Mary Smith. Galbert Ebonza. In Business Analysis and Technology and Business Law, Emma Louise Dullahan. In Business Analysis and Technology and Finance, Lorena Grace Duguid. Jennifer Rooney. Sebastian Maximic. In Business Administration, Cara Mia Doran. Ye Leo. Uni Montero. Emily Lillian Nemo. Akashit Kimmer Tripathi. Triantafilo El F. Lithirio Zimari. In Business Management, Shane Gavin Simpson. In Economics and Marketing, Jayai Han. In International Business, Karima Adela Amur. Clara Brigitte Bajorlau. Abigail Louise Fowler. Lloyd Gebby. Jodie Valerie McDowell. Ruth Elspeth Morrison. Ailey Isabel Emma Muir. Ross Jack Proven. Sky Telfer. In International Business with a Modern Language, Emily Livingston. Callum George Christian Marney. Noah Martinez Hippolito. Ethan Aitken. Jamie Bald. Ailey Louise Brown. Olivia Taya Ford. Elizabeth Hughes. Sarah McHugh. Hannah Reed. In International Business with Business Analysis and Technology, Craig Michael Allen. Adam Byrne. Sukina Ludi. Alice Laura McBrain. Louis Clement Couturier. In International Business with Economics, Rowan Carey. Ellen Amy Keefe. Aidan Rooney. In International Business with Finance, Claire Charlotte Dow. Sarah Fossataro. Ibrahim Nasser Ibrahim. Amy Catherine Kane. Martine Marcuson. In International Business with Hospitality and Tourism Management, Lewis Cameron. Charlene Conway. Katie Kennedy Miller. Iona Robb. Rosie Francesca Watkins. Lucy Emma Woodhouse. Geeta Benani. Katie Wynne. In International Business with Human Resource Management, Georgia Kate Irvine. Sarah McDonald. In International Business with Management, Andrew Orr. Owen Anthony Patrick Rice. In International Business with Marketing, Sophie Julia Boyd. Katrina Bethan McManus. Ben Roseman. Callum Ferguson Shand. Maximilian Hans Russell Spenk. Sami Al-Shebi. Chloe Chan. Rebecca Daly. Sophie Charlotte Donaldson. Hannah Laura Jardine. Dinko Krasimirov Kolev. Sam Gerald Lynch. Eve Hannah McManus. Charlotte Jane McSorley. Jude Milligan. Yuen Kiyu Natalie Pang. Jack Redpath. Rebecca Rennie. Olivia Steele. Paul Tissandier. Casey Williamson. Sidra Fatima Ahmed. Georgia Ann Loosley. Emily Grace Morrison. Katie Gracie O'Connor. Laura Diamond Thompson. For the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, Jack Michael Cameron. Mongol Nant Mano Situsak. Dickens Sanomi. Konstantinos Triantafilo. Kyriaki Tsiulaki. Bentip Watanasuk. Eva Curran. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Business Analysis Technology, Abdullah Salim Farouk. In International Business with a Modern Language, Megan McShane. In International Business with Business Enterprise, Jack Stewardson.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and most importantly, the class of 2023, It's an honour to preside over today's graduation ceremony and a momentous occasion that encapsulates years of commitment, resilience and triumph. It has been said that success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. You, the class of 2023, have embodied this spirit, succeeding where many would have stumbled. Amidst the most disrupted period of learning since the Second World War, you have persevered, you've pushed forward, and today you have triumphed. Supported by your classmates, your friends, your family, and the unwavering dedication of the university staff, you have indeed conquered formidable challenges. So let's take a moment to applaud your incredible resilience and accomplishment. Congratulations. That was the best applause I've heard all week. I think we all feel how relieved we got here. But behind each graduate today, there's a collective force of loved ones and friends who have bolstered your journey. They have been your pillars, your lifelines, your cheerleaders, offering mental well-being and financial support, and often sacrificing their comfort for your success. Ralph Waldo Emerson said that the purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honourable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well. And it is this essence of compassion and support that the people here today and those who can't make it have extended to you. So graduates, let's express our heartfelt appreciation for all of our unwavering dedication and support. Thank you very much to all the families. Now, just as crucial to your success has been our diligent staff and the faculty who have tirelessly tailored your educational journey, navigating the uncertain waters in this health crisis and the pandemic restrictions. Their commitment and adaptability have proven instrumental to your success. So please let's honour their remarkable efforts for you today. And a number of the graduates that came up, I actually heard the staff whooping for them coming up and celebrating your success. It was lovely to hear. So as of today, you ascend to the ranks of our extensive global network of Strathclyde alumni that number nearly 200,000 around the world. You're joining a lineage of distinguished individuals who've harnessed their Strathclyde education to make a tangible impact. Since its foundation in 1796, the University of Strathclyde has nurtured the vision of being a place of useful learning. And now as you step onto a new stage, it is our fervent hope that you'll carry this spirit into your future endeavours. The challenges that lay ahead are undoubtedly daunting. We continue to grapple with the lingering effects of a global pandemic and all the health impacts that's come with it. The repercussions of Brexit on the UK and the Scottish economy, a military conflict in Europe, climate change, and social and economic upheaval around the world. But it's in times like these that the greatest come out of the cracks. And you have graduated during a period when all these things have been happening. And as Michelle Obama reminds us, you should never view your challenges as a disadvantage. Instead, it's important for you to understand that your experience facing and overcoming adversity is actually one of your biggest advantages. With your knowledge, your skills, experience, your values, and the backing of the Strathclyde staff and alumni community, you're more than equipped to navigate these challenges. As you venture forth, keep close to your heart the core values of the university. Strathclyde has instilled in you the virtues of innovation, boldness, collaboration, ambition, and being people-oriented. And paired with integrity, humility, and empathy, you have the power to enact meaningful change. The Strathclyde degree that now graces your hand stands as a testament to your dedication and perseverance. It is the golden key that opens doors to a world of opportunities and success. And as you embark on this new chapter, remember that learning is a lifelong journey. Embrace new challenges, continue to evolve, and strive to leave a positive imprint on the world. At Strathclyde, we swell with pride at your achievements, your accomplishments, and we eagerly anticipate the greatness that you're destined to achieve. We want you to stay connected, and remember, you're not just leaving Strathclyde, you're carrying its spirit with you. You're the embodiment of the ethos that this great university stands for, of a deep-seated commitment to innovation, collaboration, and excellence. And I want to just give you a small anecdote of something that happened about 18 months ago. We were an alumni of the university, Dr. Charles Wang. He studied marketing, and then he did a PhD in marketing and international business, and he then did an MBA as well. And he came back to us after a number of years, and he wanted to endow $70 million to the university. He wanted to give £20 million to the business school in recognition of what we did in his journey, and also to give a gift to the university to set up a new technology building. And when I met with Charles and I asked him, Charles, why are you wanting to do that? And he said, well, the thing is that when I came over from China, I chose Strathclyde, and I studied, went through my degree, graduated, but then when I left, like we all do, I got into some difficulties. In my career, I found it difficult to get beyond it, in terms of his own experience. And he said that I always felt I could come back to the staff at the university and ask for help. And basically that's what happened. The staff in the Department of Marketing, in particular, reached out and helped him through those difficulties. And it was as a result of that he was the success he is. Now, he studied marketing, but Charles has made billions on, actually, it's his company who manufactured the lateral flow tests that all the governments around the world have been using. And so that is what captures you as a Strathclyde graduate. You've studied IB, or you've got marketing, you've got business analysis, technology. You've got lots of different subjects. And you can apply those to different areas that are not necessarily just in business. And you take with you your skill set, but also those values that I talked about that we have instilled in you over this time. And I go back to the Michelle Obama quote, that, the difficulties, the challenges that you've faced are actually your strength, and they will be with you because you have got over all the challenges that have come your way. And as a graduating cohort, I can tell you, you've had some of the most challenging experiences in your journey that any graduate and student has had. And Strathclyde is more than a mere institution. It's a beacon of hope. It's a platform for freedom of thought, a proponent of tolerance, and an advocate of inclusivity. We trust that you will propagate those values as you navigate through your life's journey. You will remain champions of progressiveness, fostering an environment that thrives on diverse perspectives and inclusivity. It's so important for us at Strathclyde. We take in about 25% of our undergrad students from what you would call the SIMD 40, which is a fairly pejorative term that the government uses for people who come from poorer backgrounds. And we're very proud that as a research institution and having some of the highest entry qualifications, that 25% of our community comes from areas where that you would potentially look on externally as less privileged. And that is what Strathclyde's about, and we want you to take that ethos out, help those who need help. You're now the elite of society. You're a graduate of Strathclyde, a graduate of Strathclyde Business School. And when you go out and you pursue your career, remember those who need help along the way. And as a symbol of your achievement, the Strathclyde degree you now hold is indeed a powerful tool. So use it wisely. It's not merely an emblem of academic excellence. It's an endorsement of the potential that you hold to positively influence your surroundings. And remember that success isn't a destination, it's a journey. Keep learning, keep challenging yourself, and keep pushing the boundaries of your potential. Embrace the ethos of our institution, that the acquisition of knowledge and the pursuit of excellence are lifelong journeys. And we trust that you'll make us proud and contribute to the Strathclyde community, like Dr. Charles Hwang. We look forward to celebrating your future achievements and witnessing the positive change that you will bring to the world. And in closing, I want to again thank our exceptional faculty and staff for their extraordinary commitment and dedication. Their relentless efforts have been instrumental in shaping our graduates' paths and guiding them towards their full potential. And to the family and friends of our graduates, we extend our sincere gratitude for your unwavering support and encouragement for our Strathclyde alumni. And finally, to our distinguished graduates, the class of 2023, you have made it. You've risen above challenges, surpassed expectations, and today you sit and soon stand triumphant. This is your day, your moment. Cherish it. Remember the journey that led you here, and look forward to the exciting journey that lies ahead. So carry forth the Strathclyde spirit of ambition, boldness, innovation, collaboration, and people orientation. Go into the world with confidence, with purpose, and with the knowledge that you're destined for greatness. I wish you every success as you step forward into the next chapter of your life, and I now declare this congregation closed. Congratulations, class of 2023. I'm looking for the digital signal of the thumbs up or the thumbs down. It's thumbs up, which means the weather is good enough for us to do our academic procession. So now that we're going to finish our ceremony, the academics will start an academic procession. We'll walk along the pathway to the Teaching and Learning building. Our graduates will follow immediately afterwards, and if I can ask family and friends, if you can wait until the graduates have left the building and then follow on that academic procession. It's not just the graduates at Strathclyders, it's the family and friends, so you're all part of it. So please, thank you very much, and if we can now be upstanding.